I'm a knife consumer like you guys. Yeah, I do a little reviewing on the side, but like you, I'm always looking for a knife that connects to me. Now, I don't know what's going on in Russia in terms of knife design, but I like it a lot. Maybe it's something they're drinking other than the vodka. Maybe it's in the water. But man, do they have some great designs coming out. Folding knives. Some fixed blade designs I really like too. Kind of like this one from CKF, the Rabbit. Gorgeous, semi-custom, limited production knife. The Rabbit. Get it while you can. If it is still available, oftentimes my KRVs will sell it out. So I'll put a link if I can find it. If it's already sold out, I won't. Custom Knife Factory is CKF. These knives are milled, my understanding, imperfect as it may be, in China. The materials are sent back to Russia, i.e. Moscow, and they're put together there by a skilled craftsman. And each one is given a certificate of inspection. The Rabbit's inspection certificate I don't have, but here's one from a Morph 3. It looks like that. So date, when it was produced, the steel, handle materials, the designer, and what number it is. Awesome. This knife is on loan, so I don't have it, but I'm sure it has a certificate somewhere. The Rabbit wins. It is such a cool blade. What we are talking about with these latest KRVs I'm doing isn't really a first cool knife where you're going to go out and beat on it. We know that. Philosophy of use is as a collectible. That's what it's designed for. So you buy it, collect it, and I think it will go up in value, and you will probably make money on it later on. Now, as knife guys, we probably, for whatever reason, maybe fall out of love with a certain knife, and we put it up for sale. It's nice to know if it keeps its value, right? I like that. And I said in the Morph review, I think these CKF knives are going to go up in value. They are very limited production. They are. Cool. Philosophy of use. Let's book it. I'm doing these about 10 to 15 minutes each. Would I use this as a tactical blade to defend my life? I'm laughing because it's just, it's kind of ridiculous. That's why. Because, I mean, just go get a cold steel. Of the many cold steels I've reviewed, come on now. That's what we're talking about. No, it's a collectible, dudes. It begins and ends there. And now, if you carry it and you beat on your Rabbit from CKF, please, tell the world. Let us know. Show us pictures. Post it to my Twitter account. Subscribe to my Twitter, though. We talk to each other all the time there. It's a trip. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. Weight on this is a reasonable 5.2 ounces, by the way. And you know what knife it reminds me of a lot? Remember, this is a semi-custom, limited production, no materials expense spared on this knife. Meaning if they can find a better material, they'll adopt it, is my way of thinking on CKF. So 5.2 ounces, and what I was going to tell you, it reminds me of the previously reviewed, still pretty excellent, also Chinese produced, by the way, Boker Plus Stingray. Ooh, that's a nice, unexpected face-off. Face-off. Here we're in the realm of first cool. Functionality. What's the difference between these two blades? They look very similar. I want to be honest. The big difference is steel. This steel is far superior to that. This is 440C. This is S35 VN. Powder metallurgy, all the stuff we know about, even carbide distribution, good rust resistance, tough, pretty good to excellent edge holding, depending on what media you're attacking. 3 millimeters thick, this one. That dominates. Handle materials, I think, are the same. It's that standard titanium handle material. There are some other big differences, and this is kind of a trip, because here I am comparing a very inexpensive knife, this one, against a very expensive knife. But it's an interesting case study on that the forms are very similar. The weight on this one is 5.6 ounces, 5.2. In most people's minds, identical. The blade on the Stingray is a little bit bigger. I raved about this knife, and I still will. I think for its price level, the quality you're getting a titanium frame lock. Granted, it does not have the fit and finish and quality this one does. This is wearing my JB Weld handle modification. You get it. Go watch that review. Back to the Rabbit, though. I think it feels lighter in hand. It does. I mean, I'm handling this knife. It feels like it's 4.5 ounces. I don't know why. Just does. Steel, excellent. Blade shape, I love it. Modified drop point is what they're calling it. Kind of has a reverse curvature right here. You like that? Here's the finish on the blade. It might be a little difficult to resharpen because there's no consistent flat space on the grind of the blade for like an Edge Pro Apex. You would have to probably sharpen it by hand or use another consistent angle sharpener that doesn't need that. But who are we kidding? No one's going to dull this blade. It will wear the factory edge forever. Let's look at speed and let's look at perfection, shall we? It's perfect. Ball bearing, yes, I love it. No movement at all. There's your stop pin right here. And you might notice the pivot points have some very artistic work on them. How would you adjust that? That might be tough, right? Luckily it's perfect right now, and luckily it probably will never see enough use to come out of alignment. Blade centering is absolute perfection. It should be at this price point. Semi-custom. Titanium handle. No hot spots. Nice milling on this version. There will be other versions. Really nice looking. There's that titanium clip again. I say again because it really is different than the Morph, but the same approach. So it's a milled out clip. It's not spring stainless steel. It's not anything low end. It's a high end, you know, kind of a custom clip is what we're looking at. But people who buy these knives, this is what they want. It's all in the details and they're willing to pay for it. Kind of a slit lanyard hole attachment right here in the Rabbit. I think it has this really awesome ergonomics. I wouldn't use it as a tactical blade. It just lacks traction on the top. There's no jimping at all. Durability, who cares? It's collectible. Value. This knife is limited to 500 pieces. It might be sold out already, like I said. And when it did sell, it came out at about $480. So about the price of a used AR-15 or a very inexpensive AR-15. This knife. And it sells all day long at that price. That's the trip. Competitive options, I really, in my inventory, my personal inventory, I don't have that many. I have a couple Microtechs, but I'm not going to waste time showing them to you. It's cool. I mean, it's going to rank very, very highly on my likability scale for what it is. A semi-custom limited production. You saw the steel, the grind. And I forgot to tell you, the edge out of box it's total perfection. All these CKF knives, they just are perfectly honed, perfectly assembled, well done. And again, CKF, you know, fires a warning shot across all knife manufacturers' bow, and you need to kind of come up to this level. And it can be done less expensively than this. That's the interesting thing. It will be done less expensively. They have to, because consumers like you will demand it after seeing a knife of this quality. Nutnfancy, see ya.